I'm
Heather, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
As
This conference will now be recorded.
all right, I am calling the July 13th, August 13th meeting of the Williamson County Board of Appeals to order. We will start by identifying ourselves and confirm that we can hear each other, and we will proceed on business. This is Ronald Crutcher, and I can hear everyone. Mr. Hughes.
So this is Josh Hughes. Good to hear everyone.
Mr. Show.
This is Kenneth Choate, and I can hear everyone loud and clear.
This is John Lee, and I can hear everybody loud and clear, but I'm wondering what Ronald is eating that he's not sharing with the rest of the crew.
Okay. We have a full quorum, and the first order of business.
Robert, we have Glenn present as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right. I heard Glenn. Okay. Glenn.
This is Glenn Adams, and I can hear everyone. However, it's breaking up pretty bad. I don't know if it's doing that to everybody else, but I think I can hang in.
Okay. First order of business now is the minutes of the.
Mr. Chairman,
All right, go ahead.
I'm going to read a statement and give some instructions before we
Yes, go
get
ahead.
into the minutes.
Go ahead.
Without objection, I ask that the minutes reflect the board finds it necessary to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the public, and in accordance with Executive Orders number 51, which extends Executive Order 16, the Adjustment and Appeals Board will meet electronically to hear appeals concerning the Williamson County Education Impact Fee. A recording of the meeting will be available after the meeting. I do want to remind the members that each vote must be by roll call vote. The chairman will call the names, at which time you will provide your vote. I also want to remind the members that prior to making a motion or second or asking a question or making a comment, please identify yourself. Mr. Chairman, please proceed.
First, we will now review the minutes of the August 6th meeting, and I will entertain a motion that we either approve or disapprove as soon as you have a chance to look at the minutes.
Mr. Chairman, this is Glenn Adams, and I'll go ahead and make a motion that we approve the minutes as submitted.
Motion's been made. We have a second.
Mr. Chairman, this is John Lee. I second that motion.
Motion's been made, properly seconded. Comments or questions? Hearing none, we will vote on the motion to approve the minutes. I, Ronald Crutcher, vote to for the motion. Mr. Hughes.
This is Josh Hughes. I vote for the motion.
Mr. Shaw.
This is Kenneth Choate, and I vote for minutes.
Mr. Lee.
This is John Lee. I vote for the motion.
Mr. Adams,
It's Glenn Adams, and I vote for the motion.
all right, have I missed anyone? All right, the motion has been unanimously approved. We will move on to the rest of the business of the meeting. I'll turn the meeting over to Mr. Cook, our counsel.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to record reflect that adequate public notice was given both to the home builders and to the public. Without objection, we will hear Crescent Homes, Drees Premier Homes, with the exception of Lot 5210 Russell Road, and the Jones Company. The reason we are separating 5210 Russell Road out is they did not provide an explanation to their appeal. The first argument the appellants make is that they've obtained vested rights under the Vested Rights Act of 2014, so the lots at issue would not be subject to the impact fee. The act provides that should a developer receive preliminary plat approval from the local authority, the development standards in place at that time shall remain the same throughout the course of the development. The appellant argues that the impact fee is a development standard, and therefore the impact fee is not applicable to these developments that received the prior preliminary plat approval. The staff stance, the development standards provided in act include standards and regulations concerning local stormwater requirements, local construction standards for buildings, streets, alleys, curbways, and lot sizes. These are all standards that actually concern the development of the property. The impact fee is a revenue source and has nothing to do with the development of the property. And in fact, the appellants can actually develop the property without ever having to obtain a building permit, which triggers vested rights. The appellant's second argument is that the impact fee is required to be calculated on each subdivision, and the proceeds received from that particular subdivision is required to be used on educational capital projects for that specific development. Private Act provides that it is the intent of the act to grant Williamson County Legislative Body the authority to establish a procedure system to collect fees from the developer on any new residential development, so as require that developer to share in its cost of educational capital improvements. Private Act does not require the county to define specific zones to accommodate each subdivision. In fact, the Private Act grants the county legislative body broad power to implement the impact fee system. What the county commission did approve was two districts, one inside the FSSD and one outside the FSSD. They have created the impact fee in accordance with the Private Act and applicable law. And for these reasons, Mr. Chairman, we ask for these appeals be denied. I will ask whether there is any representatives of the appellants online. Hearing none, Mr. Chairman, I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Cook. You have heard the staff's position that the appeals be denied. Are there any questions? Comments? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion concerning the staff recommendation.
Mr. Chairman, this is Kenneth Choate. I recommend that we deny the appeals.
Proper motion's been made. Do I hear a second?
This is Josh Hughes. I'll second that motion.
Motion's been made and seconded. Are there any further questions or comments before we vote? Hearing none, we will do a roll call vote. If you vote for the motion, you will be voting to deny the appeal. I will begin. Ronald Crutcher, and I am voting for the motion. Mr. Hughes?
This is Josh Hughes. I vote for the motion to deny.
Lee,
This is John Lee. I'm looking to deny the appeal.
Mr. Adams,
This is Glenn Adams. I vote to deny.
and Mr. Schultz.
Crutcher, this is Kenneth Cho, and I vote for the motion. Aye.
The motion to deny passes unanimously. Mr. Cook? One
Thank
more?
you. Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. The remaining appeals we have concern lot 5210 Russell Road and appeals from Celebration Homes. Without objection, we will hear those appeals together. The appellant has failed to give any explanation on the appeal, supporting or explaining the basis of its appeal on these lots. Based on previous appeals submitted by applicant, the county maintains that the impact fee is not a development regulation or development standard, and therefore vested rights do not attach to these lots. Further, the county maintains that it has adopted the educational impact fee in accordance with the authority granted under Chapter 120 of the 1987 Private Acts. There is no requirement the county create a new impact fee rate for each subdivision, and the proceeds rates must be spent in that manner. That only benefits that particular subdivision. For these reasons, Mr. Chairman, we ask for these appeals but not denied. I do want to ask whether there's any representatives of the appellants online. Hearing none, Mr. Chairman, I'll be glad to answer any questions.
You've heard the staff position on these appeals. Are there any questions or comments from any of the board members? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion concerning the staff's recommendation that the appeals be denied.
This is John Lee. I move we deny the appeal.
Proper motion's been made. Do I have a second?
Mr. Crutcher, this is Kenneth Cho. I second the motion.
Proper motion's been made and seconded to deny the appeals. And are there any other questions, comments before we vote? Hearing none, we will voice vote, and I will begin with Mr. Hughes.
Yes, this is Josh Hughes, and I vote for the motion to deny.
Mr. Lee,
This is John Lee. I vote for the motion to deny.
Mr. Adams,
This is Glenn Adams, and I vote for the motion to deny.
this is Ronald Crutcher, and I vote to deny.
Mr. Crutcher,
Yes.
this is Kenneth Cho, and I vote for the
Oh,
motion.
I'm sorry. Okay, motion's been made, seconded, and unanimously, was unanimous in voting for the motion, which was to deny. So appeals are denied. Is there any other business to come before today? Specifically, Mr. Horn, do you have anything?
Mr. Chairman, a couple of things. First of all, we are scheduled to meet via this same platform 2 weeks from the day, which would be August 27th at 7:30 a.m. Other than that, I have nothing else except making sure that we can agree on how I'm going to get the paperwork to you today. Bobby, is 11 o'clock fine for you?
That's fine, Joe. It'll be ready for you in downstairs.
Okay, and I'll have somebody put it on your porch shortly thereafter, Ronald.
Okay, I will be out about that time. Would it be helpful for me to come by Bobby's office, pick it up?
You can, Ron, if that's easiest for you.
Yeah. And if you need us to get it back, just let us know.
Okay, that'll be fine. What did you say? You want me to pick it up? Or you want to follow the routine?
The packet will be downstairs at the front desk if you would like to pick it up.
Okay, we can do that. Thank you. And is there any, if hearing no other business, I will declare this meeting adjourned.